I'm Jess Williamson, and welcome to my secret meadow.
Where are you from?
I'm from Austin, Texas, but I live in LA now, as of like a few months ago.
When did you start making music?
I was singing my whole life, like ever since I was a little girl, but I first started playing in my first band about 8 years ago.
And who did you listen to growing up?
Oh, I was really into pop punk actually. Yeah, I was like really obsessed with Blink-182, Newfound Glory. Nothing cool, really at all. I got into emo music and like Dashboard Confessional. It wasn't until I went to college in Austin that I learned about good music. Like, I mean, not that those bands aren't good, but like, I got really into country music. Like, I had a lot of friends that were super into like the older stuff. I discovered like Townes Van Zandt, Joanna Newsom, and yeah, I worked at the radio station too, so that's when I started to learn more about music. Look at that little yellow bird. There's actually wild parrots around here. Can you see it? Are you getting it? Do you see it?
I'm not sure if it'll show up.
So yeah, nothing very cool. Yeah, I was really into Blink-182, basically.
So, how did you get started, and when did you decide that this is what you were going to do?
You know, it's funny. I always knew that I wanted to do music. I wanted to be a career singer, songwriter, and performer and make records. But it's like I didn't give myself permission to really go for it. I went to college for like something else, and then I went to grad school even for photography, and I was into my second semester of grad school, and I was like 21. I was like really young to be doing that, and I just realized like, oh my god, if I keep doing this, I'm gonna be in so much debt, and I'm gonna have to like have a like good job and stuff to like pay this off. And so I kind of freaked out and just like dropped out of grad school, and I was living in New York at the time to go to school, and I like moved back to Austin, and I was like, I'm gonna like do this. I remember calling my mom, and I was like, Mom, I think I have to leave grad school because if I stay, like I'm gonna be in so much debt, I'm never gonna be able to go on tour. And she was like, what are you talking about? You don't even have a band. But I knew that I would. I knew that I needed to do that. So I guess that was the moment that I really decided to like go for it. Yeah, so I moved back to Austin from New York and like started writing a record and made my first EP just like in my friend's living room. Yeah.
What life events have impacted you and your music the most?
Love and heartbreak mostly. Yeah.
Your new album, Cosmic Wink, is coming out shortly. Tell me a bit about the name and how your sound has evolved.
Okay. So the name Cosmic Wink came from this website, this astrology website that I like. It's called Mystic Mama. And I was reading it. It was my birthday, actually, December 11th. And it was a new moon in Sagittarius that day. So I was like reading all my usual sites. And one of the readings that day was like, I'm going to paraphrase, but it was something like, really important conversations can happen at this time. And pay attention to synchronicities because they are cosmic winks from the universe, letting you know you're not alone. I was like, okay, I like that. And then that night, I had this like totally life-changing conversation with the person who's now my partner, and we fell in love, and a lot of the record is about that love, and we made the record together. He's plays on it, he's a co-producer, he co-wrote some of the songs. So it felt fitting to call the album Cosmic Wink, because now the record in itself is sort of a cosmic wink, like a little sign that we did the right thing, collaborating in this way and like making this album together. So,
How would you say your sound has evolved?
well, I used to think I could only write sad songs, like, and I sort of could only write sad songs. I don't know, I was just really inspired by like sad songs and like getting sad and then like writing. It would like come from there, like that was the inspiration place. And then like I moved out here, I sort of like was flirting with the idea of living in LA, and I came out here and I got in this new groove of just like getting up every morning and writing, even if I didn't have a super strong feeling of sadness that day or like a super strong feeling. And the result was like I was in this new place of like being super in love, and I just like wrote all these happy love songs, and that was really encouraging too. And I had like started touring a lot more too, and I was touring solo, and kind of realizing that it is asking a lot from an audience to be like perfectly silent and like listen to every word. And I realized I wanted to like have band sound that was fun and people could dance and people could come to the show and be immersed in a feeling that would be welcomed. Whereas sometimes I almost felt like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna play all these really sad songs for you guys. Like, I hope that's okay. Like, I wanted to like have fun. I wanted to have fun. I wanted people to have fun at the shows. So that informed the new sound too.
What are some things that are important to you that you like to address through your music?
Lately, time and the impermanence of everything around. Like being here, like, I don't know, I'm 30 now, and I am so much more appreciative of my family, of my close friends, because not that 30 is like old or anything, but I think if we could all walk through life with like the recognition of like death and our own mortality like right here on our shoulder, it would be a beautiful thing, because it would make us appreciate things so much more and like take things so much less seriously that don't matter. I mean, that is like big for me. Like, I stress out way too much about like little things. I'm like really working on that. Like, it doesn't matter, you know? Like, life is good and we need to appreciate it because we're here and then we're gone, and don't sweat the small stuff, you know? So like thinking a lot about the passage of time has been big with this record, and like falling in love in this huge way like made me think about that too, because it's like, oh my God, I have this person that is like a soulmate person, and I have so many years with this person, and then what? And then what happens? You know, like, do you meet people again? Like, do you find them again or not? I don't know. I sort of think so. Yeah.
Who would you most like to collaborate with and why?
Joanna Newsom, because she's my hero. She's amazing. She's like not even from this planet. I would love that.
What are your interests and passions outside of music?
I love photography. I went to school for photography, and like for a while wanted to be a professional photographer, and then now it's cool because it's just like a fun hobby, so I'm always shooting on tour and stuff, and yeah, I like taking photos of my friends in like a non-professional environment.
What's your favorite book, film, and music right now?
Let's see. Book. I'm reading Memories, Dreams, Reflections by Carl Jung right now. It's like this beautiful autobiography. It's incredible. Film, I think the best movie that I've seen lately is Call Me By Your Name. It's incredible. And music? My favorite record for the last year has been this Ethiopian piano music. It's by this Ethiopian nun, and Ethiopiques put it out, and I'm gonna botch her name. I'm not. It's like Emahoy something. Anyway, I don't want to say it wrong. It's like Emahoy Mariam something something, and it's amazing. It's Ethiopiques Volume 21, I think. It's incredible. Highly recommend.
So what's next?
Next is we're on tour right now with Loma for the next 5 weeks. It's the longest tour I've ever been on. And it's the first time I've done a full U.S. tour. So we're playing in San Francisco next, and then up the West Coast. And then after that, the record's gonna come out next month. And then hopefully just like more touring. We're working on some stuff in the U.S. in the fall, and then going overseas. And then like try to write another record.